We are live. Good afternoon, everybody. It is noon. Noon? 12:05 on Tuesday, and I'm in the back seat of my car. I'll let you in on a secret. This is where I come almost every day for lunch. It's quiet. I bring my lunch to eat, and I think about what happened in court this morning, or that whatever morning. I do updates on my computer, and here I am. I'll show you. This is my lunch. I know you want to see. I had a bag of Cheetos. I had some lunch meat. I had a string cheese, a banana. There's some crackers. I've got East Idaho News swag. So if you're in Boise, you want a East Idaho News button. That's what they look like. Come and see me. I have some buttons and stickers. So this morning we had two witnesses from the prosecution. One we had heard from before. She's an FBI analyst, and she talked about the James and Elena love story. You know, the story that Chad wrote to Lori, that it mimicked them, their circumstances and situation, and just changed their names. He sent it over many text messages to Lori. Then we had an attorney general investigator, the lead investigator, Nicholas Edwards. He took the stand, and then he was done. And I think the prosecution's about done, if they're not already. That could have been the last witness. 61 witnesses over 5.5 weeks of trial. So now the big question is, what happens next? We'll find out after lunch. The judge said that some things need to be taken up out of the presence of the jury. The prosecution could say, Your Honor, we rest. They could also say we have more witnesses, so don't 100% quote me. They could call up 3 or 4 more witnesses, but it appears they're wrapping up or they're done. Then it's up to the defense. The judge could say, all right, defense, we're going to give you the rest of the afternoon to figure out what you're doing. We'll come back in the morning and you can begin with your witnesses. The defense could say, we have no witnesses. We have no argument. We have nothing. The defense could say, we're going to call Lori. As of this morning, Lori had not decided, from what I understand, Lori had not decided if she was taking the stand or not. So it's a chance she could take the stand, and that could happen this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Or if she decides not to take the stand and the defense doesn't call her, potentially the jury tomorrow or this afternoon could be given jury instruction, followed by closing arguments, and then they could be deliberating by Thursday. I hate the speculation game, but that's just kind of the reality of where we stand now, that this jury could be deliberating by Thursday, maybe Friday. The other option is that if it gets too close to the weekend, it is Mother's Day weekend, the judge says, well, I don't want the jurors to have to, start deliberating on Friday afternoon and then break for the weekend, so maybe we'll just start fresh Monday. I thought that might happen until today. Things are moving quick. There has been a massive surge in the number of media people here from the past few weeks. We had a lot at the beginning, and then it dipped, and today it's like shoosh. All the big networks are here, it seems, and a lot of local television stations from Salt Lake City. We learned that the verdict, you will get to watch the verdict live on eastidahonews.com and my Facebook page. It's actually going to be the camera system inside the courthouse. The court is going to give out. There's going to be a link so that it can be viewed, this verdict. And we'll take that link and we'll share it with you all. So you don't have to worry about, going to the court's website, finding that. We'll have that for you. And that will be done live. And because of that, the seating in the actual courtroom will be first come, first served. So I'm going to be camped out up there because I didn't sit here for 6 weeks to not be in the courtroom for the verdict. I'm going to be in there I'm going to try to be in there. And again, we don't know when that'll be. That could be as soon as this week, or maybe in a week from now, I'm on here going live again from the backseat of my car saying, yeah, we're still waiting. I guess we'll see. What else? So those are kind of the big developments. We are getting toward a verdict. They've released information on the verdict. The judge has ruled on cameras. We did ask to have a camera in the courtroom for the verdict, and it was denied kind of, but instead it's going to be the court will provide the camera feed. So that's what's happening. Do you have any questions? I see where you're watching from Birmingham, Alabama. How are you guys? All witness lists are sealed. Yeah, I know you're saying, well, who else is on the witness list? We don't know. They sealed it. But I got a list of who's testified, 61 names. Utah, Lori has nothing to lose by taking the stand. Well, you think about it, the jury has been able to hear from Lori through the phone calls to Colby and Summer and Melanie Gibb, from the podcast that was admitted in. They heard a good 10 minutes of her there. So they've heard her. And I don't know if much has changed with her since then. I mean, a lot has changed. A lot has changed in general, but I don't know about her. Her mood, her attitude today has been the same as it's been almost every day. She does a lot of writing. She does a lot of doodling. Someone just asked, are you going to interview Lori? I'd love to interview Lori. I've written her a letter, and we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I'd love to talk to her. What other questions what are we going to do after this trial? Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird, right? I've been here every day since April 3rd. I know you all, I can't thank you enough for watching every day, every night at 7:30. I think I want to take Courtroom Insider and change it up a bit and keep doing the show every night and maybe look at other cases. I like crime. I'm not a true crime fanatic, so I don't know if turning it into a true crime thing would be the thing for me, but I don't know. Would you watch? Do you have suggestions? My wife and I have thought about maybe doing something every night. When does it finally get warm in Idaho? Right? The most of the weather, I'm going to switch my camera and show you. Most of the weather has been like this. Stormy. Stormy for most of the trial. And it has not really let up. There were a few days that were quite warm, but I'm back in a jacket. If you missed the testimony this morning, a lot of sexual texts between Lori and Chad. You can go read it if you want. The last witness, I read, a lot of you were saying, there's nothing new to him. There really wasn't a lot new on him. One thing I did find interesting, I mean, we've heard it. I don't want to downplay his testimony at all. And the reason the prosecutors, one reason they want to call him is, even if you've heard it before, it really drills in the point to the jurors that, listen, this was what was happening. Not only is he saying it, but 5 other people said it, and it helps remind them. But Tammy used to park on the back. Tammy regularly parked, according to the witness, on the back driveway, the long back driveway. But the particular night where she was shot at, she parked in the front. And I wonder if that threw off the plan, that Alex was waiting for her to pull in that back drive, and when she didn't, he had to run around to the front, and maybe it spooked him, and that's why it didn't work. I mean, I don't know. It's fascinating to think about, that night in particular. There's so many crazy dates, but that shooting and then the shooting of Brandon, if you could go back and examine second by second everything that happened with both of those, and if little tiny things were changed, there could have been a completely different outcome on each of those situations. Meaning Brandon could have been shot and killed, and Tammy may have been shot and killed that night in her driveway. Okay, I think that's it. I think I got to head back in the courtroom. It's 12:13 right now. You can follow along our updates. I'll keep posting them this afternoon. I don't know how much longer we'll be in court today. The judge might shorten the day. But there we are. I appreciate you all watching. I see your comments, and I see where you're watching from. So I can't believe that we've reached so many people. Okay, tonight, 7:30, we'll break it all down tonight. We'll talk about where we're at. Maybe we'll know by then if Lori's going to take the stand. As of now, I don't know. I hope to know very soon. And someone asked, do I want her to take the stand? Well, yes. I'd love to hear her talk. Wouldn't you? Don't you all want to hear it? What about our questions? What do you mean, what about your questions? There's a lot of questions here, so I'm trying to answer as many as I can. And I can't be here all day or I'll miss court. So let me go into court, keep asking your questions. See you tonight, 7:30 Mountain. It'll be fun. Bye.